Alright, hello everybody. I am going to do a quick review on this little revolver here, because I just haven't seen a whole lot about them on the internet here. This is an Astra, the police model, so it's Astra Police on it. It's basically a 3-inch barreled version of the Astra 960 revolver, I believe. And these are brought in as police surplus from Spain right now. I don't know how many of them came into the country, but I found this one on Gunbroker, a place called Robertson's Trading Post, who I've dealt with before. And it's a pretty decent, cheap little gun, really. Somebody looking to start out in revolvers. I think I paid, with shipping and transfer and everything, this was right around $250. And you're basically getting kind of an older Smith quality firearm for that. I know even the Smith & Wesson Model 10s have been going up in price lately, and these things are still just a hair over between $200 and $250, so that's a good solid gun for that money. It's got a lot of neat features, like the older Smiths. It has the pinned barrel, you can see there. And if you open it up, this actually has the old-fashioned recessed cylinders, like the older Smiths had too. Finish on them, this one is semi-rough, I'd say. I mean, it's got lots of wear around the crown of the barrel here. And the grips are pretty well worn down. But it's not too bad, really, for what it is, for a range toy that's cheap. It's a heavy sucker. I really don't know what the weight is on this. Tried weighing it on my little scale, and it's over whatever it can do. So it's a heavy gun, and it is a pretty big frame for a 38. Really, this is, I mean, you're comparing most of the police revolvers like a K-frame Smith. This is actually way bigger than a K-frame, I would say, because you compare it to, say, something like this, which is a GP100. These are pretty hefty framed guns in a 357, and you hold these up kind of side-by-side comparison here, they are pretty much the same size gun, and they feel about the same weight too. And I know the GP100 is somewhere between an L frame and an N frame Smith, so I'd say this is probably closer to that. It's closer to an L frame, maybe even heavier than an L frame, closer to weight and maybe like a K frame Smith. I'm nowhere near a Smith & Wesson expert on these though, so take that for what it's worth. Trigger pull is a fairly heavy double stack trigger, or double action trigger, but it's not too bad. It's pretty smooth. Single action, I would say, really nice. That breaks probably right around 3 or 4 pounds or so. Doesn't have the old school firing pin on the hammer. Doesn't have a transfer, kind of a transfer bar type deal in there, but it's got the internal firing pin like the newer Smiths do. Sights, it's got the old trough rear sight and just a standard bladed front. Kind of see that somebody painted them. That's not my paint job, but might leave it like that. I don't think I'm going to put a whole lot into this, but I haven't seen a whole lot on the internet about these. There's some on the 4-inch barreled 960s, but not on these 3-inch barreled guns, and I always liked a 3-inch barreled revolver. For the price, I would say if it's somebody new to revolvers, I mean, the weight of this thing, it is not going to recoil very much. And somebody getting into revolvers, this would be a pretty good first gun for them. I mean, these things, this is the cheaper of the ones that I saw on there, and it's got not much cylinder play at all like that. And when you put it in full lockup, that is tight. That doesn't move at all. So it should be an excellent shooter, and hopefully I'll get it out to the range here in the next week and see how it actually does, but I don't know about carrying something this heavy, but I suppose for a home defense gun it would work pretty well too, or for a range toy. You can't really beat it for around $250 or so. So that's about it for now. I just haven't seen too many of these, too many reviews on these, and you don't hear much about these old Astra revolvers anymore, but this is a pretty solid built gun for the money. So thanks for watching this, anybody out there, and if you want to leave me some feedback or something, I'd appreciate it. This is the first time I tried doing one of these videos, so I'll see everybody later. Thanks.